103.9 The Fox, brought to you by Fick Landscape Supplies. If there's work to be done around your home or business, Fick can help. Tons of driveway material, the finest topsoil, compost, and humus around, 18 varieties of decorative stone, and they do deliver. 2 locations to serve you. Find out more at ficklandscapesupplies.com and like them on Facebook. Now let's get Fick and busy. Well, a deadly weekend crash in Saginaw County reportedly landed a female parolee behind bars awaiting criminal charges. Now, that crash reportedly happening Saturday evening when a pickup truck allegedly ran a red light at the intersection of Tittabawassee and Hospital Roads in Saginaw Township, ran broadside into a car turning onto Tittabawassee. That driver later died at the hospital of her injuries, and she's identified as 37-year-old Melissa Wood of Saginaw. 44-year-old woman said to have fled the scene but was arrested shortly after the crash. May soon be only one option for you to ferry over to Mackinac Island. MY reporting that the new owner of Mackinac Island Ferry Company wants the Mackinac Island City Council to okay the company's request to suspend service for the rest of this summer and fall season so that necessary repairs can be made on their fleet of boats. That would leave Shepler's as the lone available ferry service taking you to and from Mackinac Island through December. The FBI confirming yesterday it has launched an investigation into allegations that the Trump campaign was hacked. The campaign accusing Iran-backed hackers of gaining access to sensitive documents. A cookie recall is tell you about. The FDA recalling some chocolate chip cookies sold at Meijer stores. The Dunking Cookies chocolate chip variety did not list milk as one of the ingredients on the package, presenting a potential problem for those with allergies to milk. Tigers take on the Seattle Mariners tonight at Comerica Park. First pitch at 6:40 p.m. And the Great Lakes Loons are in Lake County this week. That'll start with the game tonight. And to cap this one off, it's congratulations to Clio High School math teacher Sasha Wakefield, just named Regional Teacher of the Year by the State Board of Education. That's 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox. Day starting out with some patchy fog possible around the region before the sunshine takes over for the rest of the day. We're expected to top out around 82 with light and variable winds. And then it's clear skies in the forecast. Overnight, that fog may be reforming tomorrow morning, but again, it'll be replaced by loads of sunshine and temps around 84. Thursday, generally overcast and 81. Right now, it's 55 in Flint, and in Saginaw, 59.
Classic Rock Authority.
103.9. 103.9. The Fox. You can win with Steph this hour and find out about a great festival this weekend coming up next year on The Fox.
Welcome. Good morning. It's TikTok Tuesday. And so here we are. Behind the scenes of a live morning radio show from Flint, Michigan in the USA, it's the Foxhole Morning Show. You're going to hear more of that in just a few minutes when Johnny Burke and Steph Barber join us on the air after the song is over, and they'll have a guest in studio talking about a big festival that's going on this weekend. It's a very, very busy week here in Flint, Michigan and the surrounding areas today. And so we're kind of catching people up on all of that. And as a result of that, it means we're going to have a couple of days away from doing our usual live streams. Thank you for the little thing on my head there. That's kind of cool. It covers up the space up there. How are you? Welcome wherever you are. I know that because of TikTok's thing now about sending people from the For You page over to the live streams of people that are out there doing that this early morning of a Tuesday, the 13th of August, you may be here against your will. But once you're here, we hope you'll stay for a little bit and hang with us because this is a live morning radio show and we chat with you. I'm doing news and traffic, but for the next hour or so, I spend most of the time just paying attention to you guys as much as I'm able to. Mel Mel's here. Good evening, Mel Mel, who's here from Australia, and it's nighttime in the winter in Australia right now. That was from Mel Mel, who's always generous. Anytime she comes to TikTok, she's real generous. Always appreciate that. Regina's here. Good morning, Regina. All of those who are also joining us. Robert is here. Also, we've got Kenny. Kenny is here. Welcome to Kenny and to David and to James. All these people that join us and then kind of pass through and then move on. But some of you stick around, and when you do, you realize you have a good time. There's classic rock music here. This is 103.9 The Fox in Flint, Michigan, USA, the home of the formerly Crappy Water. And we will be here for now until about 8 o'clock-ish a.m. Eastern time, but for the folks who want to really listen, download the mobile app. You can be here 24/7 and hear this classic rock music because that's available to you. It is a mobile app, free mobile app that you can download from your app store. Chris is here. Good morning, New Mexico. We are getting started with National Left-Handers Day today, which means that we're going to specially salute those of you who are left-handed. So if you are one, please acknowledge that. If you're a left-hander, please let me know, because we want to give you a special salute today. City Boy Dan is here today, and he's American Dan. We call him that. He's from West Virginia, one of our longtime regulars. Yes, indeed. The Hellhole Saloon's closed Thursday. That's getting ready. That's something that we'll talk about in a second here, because we have the schedule revised for the next 2 weeks as a result of the fact that it is so busy around here, and the morning show is going on the road for its broadcasts both tomorrow and Thursday of this week, and then Thursday and Friday of next week. So we want to catch you up on all that, and if you're tuning in tomorrow and not seeing us, that's going to be why, so don't complain too much, because we're trying to give you a warning. Here's Tina. Good morning, New Jersey, and here's Johnny. Don't I sound like Jack Nicholson?
Foxhole Morning Show. Very busy month. The month of August in the state of Michigan just gets crazy. But one of the biggest festivals around is the Lapeer Days Festival. We have Nita Payne here, the executive director of the Lapeer Chamber of Commerce, is in the studio with us very early this morning, driving all the way up from Lapeer. She got here at 6:30. Wow. How far away did you think we were?
Well, I just wasn't sure if there was going to be construction or how the traffic flow would be, and I thought it's always better to be early than late.
Well, you
so
are.
I'm like,
thank you for doing that.
not a problem.
Thanks for coming all the way out here to do this. But we
Not a
wanted to talk about it. Steph and I will both be involved, of course.
Yeah.
I'll be on the main stage. Steph is going to be doing the parade announcing on Saturday, right?
Yep, with my daughter Emmy.
And judging, the thankless job here is she judges the baby contest.
Judging the baby and toddler contest, yes.
And they're all cute. What do you do?
I know. It's a tough one. That's a tough one.
They all have honorable mentions, number one.
Absolutely.
True.
And,
Yes.
and because you did a great job last year, but the kids, some of these kids show up in some pretty cool outfits
Oh,
too.
they're dressed to the nines, and you betcha.
Yeah, it's just a ton of fun, and we've got some great entertainment there. Who we got this year for Lapeer Days?
Well, our national headliner Saturday night is country star Lauren Elena. She is so high energy and amazing. She has this very unique pop country sound. She's incredible. Friday night we have a band called Powerage, and they are doing an AC/DC experience, and I've watched their videos. It's incredible how much the lead singer sounds like the lead singer of AC/DC. It's eerie. And then also one of the ones I'm looking forward to is opening for Lauren Elena on Saturday night. It's called The Rock Show, and they're doing
Good morning, Misty and Silver Bullet
and I've had some volunteers
and
check them out.
CPC.
They're
CPC 91.
amazing.
I've worked with the Rock Show for 30 years. They are
Top notch.
Tommy is one of the best. In fact, we used to have a contest on our show years ago. Was it Tommy Kaye or Steve Perry? You had to guess which one was singing. You couldn't.
Really?
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
They worked for with my Johnny Burke Children's Foundation for years, raising money at our festival that we had every year, and I've known those guys for a long time. They are one of the better groups. Well, they're the best. I mean, they play Las Vegas. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Because they not only do Journey, they do a lot of stuff. They'll do Rush. They do all kinds of stuff because he's got that voice,
Yes.
which is just incredible. Tommy Kaye is amazing, and he, by the way, he has some solo stuff out too now. He's you can find him on
Oh, yeah?
YouTube. Yeah.
Sheila is here. That's Sheba, back from vacation. Usually that involves camping.
They will get the crowd fired up like nobody else.
I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, with everything we have going on.
Generally speaking, you had pretty darn good weather for that, didn't you?
Just everything with the festival. I mean, we've got lots of free kids activities, and like I said, the entertainment on Main and West stage this year just phenomenal. Even our local bands are just incredible talents. And then something new this year on Saturday night, we have a glow foam party for the kids.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that.
A 40 by 40
That sounds
area.
messy.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even care. They don't care. They love it. And this stuff will glow in the dark. They've got 4 cannons filling a 40 by 40 area with this foam. The kids are going to love
Have
it.
you ever tried to explain to a cop at about 11 o'clock at night as you're driving home in the dark why you're covered with foam?
No, have never had to do that.
This just becomes a real problem for me.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe anything I say. So.
Right.
Yeah, I was at a foam party. Sure you were, Burke. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's going on. Look, they even have helicopter rides at this thing.
They do.
Helicopter rides, car show. The parade is the Lapeer Days parade is like famous by itself, and this year it's an 80s theme. So we're really looking forward to seeing how many of the entries are dressed in 80s costumes and stuff. And this year on Sunday we have an open mic session on main stage, so anybody with some talent can come up there and.
Shh, you know whose audience you're talking to, don't you here?
Yeah.
You really want them to show
yeah.
up.
Do you want to open that door,
Be
Nina?
careful,
No,
because there's a few
maybe I
listeners
shouldn't.
out there that I know may very well show up and whoa, they'll take over.
Okay, Sheila lost her phone in the river, had to get a new one, then cut her finger.
Carnival is there as always. They've been coming for a number of years.
Okay,
so
well,
there's just so
I had
much
thought
going
that you were
on.
really
There's
having a good time on this vacation, but evidently there were
You know,
moments.
face painting, balloon animals, the foam party is free, and there's no admission to the festival at all. We've already sold out of all of our vendors, food and merchandise. The craft show was sold out a month ago. I mean, it's just going to be a great year. We're just praying for good weather.
Yeah. What year is this for Lapeer Days? I remember going as a kid.
Right. Well, it was founded in 1902, so it's been 122
Oh, my goodness.
years. Now, we didn't have the festival every year all those years. I think it started out was like maybe every 5 years, and then there was obviously the huge break during World War II, and then it came back. But for probably the last 35 years, it's been every year. And that's thanks to our incredible sponsors. This is a sponsored event. It's not paid for with tax dollars. We've got McLaren, Lapeer Region, and Uni's Paper.
So
Boat
you're,
are two major
Mr.
sponsors,
Shebob
and
thinks that that might have been a
level
ploy for you to be able
below
to
that,
upgrade your phone, huh?
has been so generous with us this year. Three-dimensional services, Albar Industries, so and others and others and others. So even our sponsorship this year is at a record high.
I'll be on the main stage Friday night and Saturday, and Steph will be there Saturday and parade announcing at 11 a.m., correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it 11?
Yeah, parade
Okay.
starts at 11, but you'll need to be there a little before that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Please show up a little early.
I will. Well, it'll take me that long.
No,
to
you
get
don't
to this.
understand. She
Right.
arrives in her limo
Oh, stop
Oh,
it.
5 minutes before showtime, and
Right.
nobody's allowed to make eye contact. Just
Oh,
so you
gotcha.
know. All right?
Okay, all right. I'll remember that.
Make sure you treat her like the royalty that she is.
Do that.
So anyway, that's all. But you also have the beautiful baby contest at like 2 o'clock, I think, on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It is too, yes.
Yeah. So that's there are a lot.
How
of
can anybody win
on Saturday
when they're
as well.
judging a
And-
beautiful baby contest? Steph's task is to do that this weekend at the Lapeer Days.
We also have a beer
Judging a
contest.
beautiful
We followed
baby
the
contest.
We started that 2 years ago, and it's been great fun. The guys.
What
love it.
upside
So
is there
it's
to
gonna
that?
Start growing and grooming and trimming and be ready.
Yeah.
You know.
And answering my friends in Pinconning who are no doubt shouting this at their car radios right now. Yes, there's a beer tent.
Yes, there is a beer tent. The Optimist Beer Tent every year without fail, and Saturday is their chicken barbecue. And
Oh, not to be missed.
not to be missed. Sunday, United Way is having their annual pancake breakfast inside the beer tent from 9 to noon. So, I mean, there's so much going on. There's literally, seriously, something. for
Okay,
everyone.
further on this lost phone here, Sheila spent 2 hours at Verizon, looked for it all weekend. It's gone. Looked all weekend.
Headliner is Saturday night. That's
So you think it might still be in the water?
Lorna Elena.
Is it was actually in the river or just near the river?
That works out. Nita Payne, thank you very much for stopping by this morning. And
You
we'll
are
see
welcome.
you all this weekend.
All right, I will see you around.
All right, he's 7:14.
Listen on your way to work. 102.9 The Fox. Listen all day at work with the Fox mobile app. Download it
Well,
now at Classic Fox.
we're going to go to the traffic, and then I want to, first of all, give you a smile source, and then bring you up to speed on what's going on with the schedule of our live streams over the next several days, simply because the show is moving around. The show is going to be on location tomorrow and Thursday, and then next week on Thursday and Friday. It's in the river, had it in a waterproof bag, I see. So even though it may be in the water, it may still be undamaged. So if you found it, and somebody was able to find it before you did, they could actually use it, you think? Not that anybody's going to be aware that it's there. If they found it, it would strictly be by accident, but still. With the traffic coming up next, it's 55 degrees, going to be in the low 80s today. It has been remarkably comfortable weather around here in the last 2 weeks. We haven't had much in the way of rain. We have a little bit, but not enough to be a problem. And we certainly haven't had real hot weather. It's been warm. It's been sitting there in the mid-80s, a couple times in the uppers, but not 90 or anything before. Like the people in Phoenix, we're feeling sorry for them. They're on like, I don't know, 45 days in a row of 100 plus, if I remember. Okay, you can't use it. It is password protected, says Sheila. Well, that's good.
With proper planning, that light doesn't have to be an oncoming train. Be smart, understand the law and what your rights are before you take action. Call Adam at 810-244-ADAM. That's 810-244-2326. Or visit us on the web at adamfamilylaw.com.
Once again, this is National Left-Handers Day, so if you are a left-hander, we are trying to particularly salute you today. So acknowledge, if you would, please. If you are a left-hander, I'd like to know so we can give you a special salute. Now, it looks like it's a right hand that's coming up here, but remember, this is all mirrored stuff. So this is really my left hand I'm using. Although, I will say I do know how to use my left-handed for a couple, even though I'm a right-hander. I do have a couple of skills that I have, through practice, acquired with my left hand. Necessary skills, just in case. I want to talk about that in a bit. So. I'm one of those who tries to prepare for potential problems, if I can. Sometimes things are going to happen that are out of your control and unforeseen, but there are some things that I think you can prevent, and I'm trying to do that. Katita is left-handed, but not by choice. You have MS. Well, sorry to hear that part, but salute to you nonetheless. And by the way, thank you so much for joining us here, and we hope you'll hang around here with us a lot, because these are a lot of cool people that are here. I encourage them to talk more than I do, so that you all can be entertained in the way that you should be. If you're going to take the time to be here on this live stream, you should be hearing people with lively conversation, not me. Okay, Tina also is left-handed.
Proudly presented by Joel's Cars in Flushing, 1941. The Willys Jeep was born on the battlefield, supporting our troops. Win a great deal on a legendary Jeep that fits your lifestyle at Joel's Cars in Flushing. Pack up your gear. It's time to go wheeling. It's Jeep season at Joel's Cars in
We're in Michigan. We are in Flint, the home of the formerly crappy water. 60 miles north of Detroit.
The Shea Automotive Group. Thanks for serving. Just Shea'n. Fit Bond Sales. Plumbing, heating, electrical, cabinetry. Streeter Brothers Concrete Contractors of Burton. 46 years of award-winning commercial and industrial...
Oh, you're right-handed. Oh, okay. Tina is right-handed, but like she has developed some left-handed skills. Good. Cool.
Here comes the cheese. Keno Surf Shop, downtown Kaysville, invites you to Cheeseburger in Kaysville, August 9th through the 18th, with burger stands on every corner, live trot rock music, and the crazy parade of fools on Wednesday the 14th. Plus, vote for the best cheeseburgers. Check the slide party and the phone.
I mean, you really never know when you might need that weaker hand to do things for you.
Roll your cardboard boat races and classic car show on the second weekend. The largest drop rock festival in the world features Air Margaritaville, Johnny Rustler and the Bums, Music Doctors, Stone Street Revival, Third Degree Burns, Parents of the Caribbean, Los Gringos, Jim Asbell and the Tropaholics, Jimmy and the Parents, and more. Check the full schedule at CasevilleChamber.com. Caseville's only an hour from Bay City and an hour and a half from Flint, where you can enjoy sparkling crystal clear water, beautiful sugar sand beaches, and great boating and fishing in the perch capital of the world. And great
learned that when my mom was living with us for a while and injured her right hand, and she was right-handed. That is messy.
This message brought to you by Keenor Surf Shop. See you at Cheeseburger in Kaysville, August 9th.
I think it's time for traffic now, I believe. Yep, here we go.
3.9 The Fox.
Vehicle City traffic.
We're looking at two problems still. One of them is a messy crash involving injury in Forest Township. This is at the intersection of Dodge and State Roads. Be careful in that area if that's still a problem. And Argentine Township, we clean up a crash in Laring Road, and Hoisington Road is the spot for that. 75, 475, 69, 23, moving along crash-free, delay-free. Might be a little bit of fog here and there. That is in the forecast, but there's not much of that at this point. Looks like the sun is trying to win out in that battle. If you spot traffic trouble, let us know. 810-230-WRSR is the number. number. That is 810-230-9777. And get your vehicle city traffic information 24/7 by checking out classicfox.com/traffic. Be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Traffic, a service of BioStar Services. Fire, flood, mold, biohazard, or more, BioStar Restoration Service can quickly restore your home or business as good as new. BioStar is independently owned and operated with 24/7 emergency service and discounts to veterans. Call BioStar at 844-424-6782 or online at restorationbiostar.com.
For that Fool's Parade, whereby we will be flicking our chickens. That's what she was talking about.
Oh, flicking chickens.
In the parade tomorrow in
Oh, I
Kaysville,
got
we're going to
ya.
be flicking chickens at you if you're out in the crowd.
All right.
We have perfect weather for that. They're talking about sunshine and 84 degrees tomorrow.
Yes, please.
Come on up and join us in Kaysville tomorrow for that. Tomorrow morning, the Bloody Mary contest at our trailer at Key North Surf Shops right on the river in downtown Kaysville, broadcasting live from our General RV studios. Stop by with your Bloody Mary.
That's precisely why we will not be live streaming tomorrow nor Thursday, because the morning show with Johnny and Steph will be on its way up to Kaysville, which, if you're looking at our highly priced weather map here of Michigan, Lower Peninsula version, Kaysville's over here. We're down in this area over here, and Kaysville is up here in the tip of the thumb area, okay? And so that's a big, right now, it's a big blowout party going on up there. It's called Cheeseburger in Kaysville, started last Friday. It's a 10-day thing. It was basically formed in 1999 to pay homage to Jimmy Buffett and all that kind of cool music that he played. And they really wanted him to come up there and help them celebrate one year, but he never did make it up there, unfortunately. However, that continued to grow. That festive atmosphere caught on, and thousands, it started out with kind of hundreds and then became thousands and then became tens of thousands, and now to hear Johnny talk, it's getting pushing hundreds of thousands up there now. And it's a small town to begin with. So they have this 10-day thing going on, cheeseburgers as far as the eye can see, and they've got all kinds of other different events. But the big thing is this parade. It's called the Parade of Fools. And Johnny, for like the 25th year, is going to be the main fool. That's what they call their Grand Marshal. He and Steph are going to be Grand Marshals in the parade, so they're going to be up there. And that means also they're going to be doing their morning show tomorrow morning from Kaysville. And whenever they go on the road to do their show, I have to surrender use of my phone from live streaming services like I'm doing now to being able to use it to monitor the station. Because when I'm not on the air and they are, that means I have to unhook my connection to the station until it's my turn to talk and do news and traffic, and that happens all morning long. So in between times I have to be monitoring the station and know when it's going to be time for me to hook up with them and go on the air, so I'm not able to live stream. And that happens tomorrow, and it also happens on Thursday, because they're going to be staying overnight after their parade tomorrow night in Kaysville. They're going to stay and broadcast Thursday morning what they call the Bloody Mary Cure show. No one's ever offered one, but they've continued to urge people to do that. The Hangover Cure show. Tomorrow morning's the Bloody Mary show, and then they have this Hangover Cure show that they do on Thursday. Then they're back on Friday, and we're back on the air Friday, at least on live stream. Tomorrow we won't be on. We normally would have been on X, Twitter, tomorrow, but there's problems with that. As you heard, if you heard anything about the Trump-Elon Musk thing last night, X had problems, so maybe we would have had tomorrow anyway. Thursday, Instagram is normally our location for the Hal Hole Saloon, where everybody knows your name, and you can sit down with your friendly neighborhood barkeep and pour out your troubles over your favorite drink. We do that Thursday mornings, but not this week nor next week, because next week the show is going on the road again. It's going to be the Allied Challenge, which is the Champions Tour PGA tournament. And it's at Warwick Hills in Grand Blanc, Michigan, which is south of Flint. That's a 4-day event, but 3-day I think it is. But the show is going to be there Thursday and Friday next week. So Thursday, Friday next week, we also won't be live streaming. Okay, you got that? Got that. Let's give you a chance to smile at, well, you're not say this is the face of it, you can barely see it. This is Tramp. Tramp is a mixed breed who lives in Neshkoro, Wisconsin. This is Tramp. You smile at Tramp, but he's not paying attention to you. He's busy with these little treat pouches here that he's doing. Smile at Tramp and enjoy the live, I think, who doesn't smile when they see a dog at them. Okay, let's smile at Johnny and Steph, and then I got some more I want to talk to you about.
By the way, tonight is also Jeep Night at Birch Run Speedway and Event Center. One of the choices you get coming up here at about 10, 15 minutes with Steph's Fox Flashback for a prize is 4 tickets to Friday night's races, but Jeep Night's free tonight. Every second Tuesday of the month from 6 till 10 p.m. they have that going on there. You bring your Jeeps in, and of course the bar will be open at Michigan's longest bar in their Gas Alley, they call it. 135-foot long bar. They got live music and contests and all kinds of stuff going on out there at Birch Run Speedway and Event Center tonight. And of course, tomorrow we're going to be in the parade in Caseville at 5 o'clock while Steve Driver's down here during the big car cruise for Back to the Bricks. And he'll be over at the Clio High School with the Fox on the Run there.
Clio or Grand Blanc?
Or did I say Clio?
Yeah.
Grand Blanc High School,
Okay.
excuse me, I'm
All right,
sorry.
good deal.
Grand Blanc High School and Steve Driver kind of go neck and neck and arm and hand in hand. They've been doing this for a while now, so Steve will be over there during the cruise, which is fun. You know, I can't go to everything. That's the problem. And
Yeah.
I did the cruise a couple of years ago, and it is a ton of fun.
It is. It really is.
It is a blast. I did it on one of the old fire engines that was in the cruise.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then we stopped at a couple
Kim
of
joining
places
us from
along the way.
southeastern Ohio. Good morning, Kim.
I bet.
There's so many fun things going on, like we were just talking about Lapeer Days this weekend that both Steph and I will be involved in. All of this stuff, this is the time of the year when you got to get out and enjoy what Michigan has to offer because it's just around the corner.
It's just so short-lived, isn't it?
Yeah. My brother always says, yeah, we get 1 month of summer and 11 months of winter. I said, no, it's not quite that bad. 727. Thank you, Michigan.
You know what? It's getting closer. It is getting closer. I'm ready, but a lot of people aren't. With that in mind, I had a little bit of a, shake-up of my mojo walking through the neighborhood 2 days ago. Every once in a while, I'll get out there, walk around the area, and there is a house about a mile away that I have been watching every single year since moving to this area, which has traditionally been the first house in the area, maybe in the state for all I know, but certainly in the area, to have its Christmas tree decorated, lit, and in the window just a couple of days after Halloween is over. They're easily the first house in the area to have their Christmas tree displayed and in the window ready to go. Right after Halloween, within a couple of days of Halloween being over. Well, as I walked by that house 2 days ago, I noticed a U-Haul out there in the driveway. They were moving. For 7 years, that has always been something I could look forward to. As you can tell, I enjoy having my tree is here all the time, 24/7, 365. When it's 95 degrees out, I want to come down here and be able to at least mentally picture it being a little cooler down here. But they have left. The people who had that ready-to-go tree right after Halloween in the window, now granted they were the first to take theirs down. I mean, the day after Christmas it was down. But at least they got the jump on everybody else by putting it up. And they're not there anymore. Oh well. Oh well. But it is National Left-Handers Day today. So we're saluting all of those who are left-handers, or I guess we can salute those who at least are able to use their left hands for certain vital tasks, and I did that with my ability now to write with, it is sad, Mel. I'm telling you, this has been 7 years I've been able to count on that house being ready to go for Christmas. I've been one of those guys who's always said, why not keep your Christmas lights up on your house in April or August? Why not? Who's it hurting? It's not hurting anybody. Nobody. And it's nice and decorative. I've always thought that Christmas lights on the houses are forms of art. That can be looked at as an art form. I mean, you don't have to have the Santas, you don't have to have the icicles, and you don't have to have the elves. But at least the lights, that's cool. That is really nice. Nice stuff. Those things, many people are very decorative, very creative when they put those lights up. And that includes what they put on their trees. But as I said, the business of being left-handed and being able to learn how to do things left-handed. I learned how to write left-handed. Now, Tina is saying they do put theirs up after Thanksgiving. Christmas is almost over by then. Phil's here. Good morning, Phil. Welcome. How's life in, Georgia, right? But I learned how to at least print. I don't really write cursive all that well with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. I don't write cursive all that well with my right hand anymore. You find out that you stop practicing doing that, and suddenly you're writing like a doctor. I used to be able to write okay. I mean, it was certainly readable. It was legible with my right hand. But if writing cursive, if anybody still does that anymore, but... Oh, man, I love this song. Love this song. Cool. But we can't listen to the rest of it because we got things to do. And I also did one other thing, too. Phil's third grader starts cursive this week. Oh, good. They still teach that. That's wonderful. I was not sure of that. I thought that kind of went away with the whole idea of texting. Tina still does, but doesn't know what she wrote. Oh, can you write left-handed cursive? That's one thing I really don't do. I primarily, at least in Georgia, you are. Okay. We do have, Flint school started back last week. There are a couple of other school districts that are starting back this week, but generally speaking, most are waiting until just before or just after Labor Day to get back into class. But when my mom lived for a while with us after she had back surgery and she was really she was 89 at the time, spent 11 and a half years living here. Not here, but in my old house. And at one point, fell and broke her right wrist. She was right-handed. So she was not able to write or do much with her right hand, and that includes very skillfully hold a fork or a spoon when she wanted to eat, or a knife, couldn't cut meat and everything like that. So it occurred to me that it's probably a good idea to at least prepare for that possibility of happening. You're into week number 2 already of school. Folks haven't even started yet. Wow. Slow going for Tina. 3 of Kim's grandkids are left-handed, so salute to them. So I learned how to print at least legibly with my left hand long ago. Can still do that. Only bring out the old pencil and put it in my left hand to continue to do it once in a while just to show that I can still do it. And then the other skill is learning how to hold a fork with the left hand in case it's necessary to do that because the right hand is immobile somehow. For about 6 months, I got into this, I'm going to eat my dinner, just my dinner, with my left hand entirely. That includes no use of the right hand other than maybe cutting meat or something, but from the rest of it standpoint, it was everything used using the left hand. And eventually I got pretty good at it. I can still do it. I don't do it quite as regimented as I did then, but at least I spent 6 months practicing for just in case it's necessary. Southpaw Creative, Phil is. Southpaw Creative. There you go. Special salute to all of those who are left-handers. And if I'm going to do it here, I got to use my right hand because that's how you'll see it. You'll see it with the left hand going up here. This is my right hand, but okay. So those of you who are looking for school to start and you can get your kids to learn how to write cursive, bring me up to speed when the season gets really kind of in and let me know how that's working out. There are a lot of people that don't even know what cursive is, let alone trying to learn how to do it. And then the question becomes, they'll ask, why? I've got everything on my phone. I can tap a text faster than anybody else, which is true. Most people can use their thumbs faster than I can use all my fingers.
Overnight tonight down to 60. Then we'll start out with some patchy fog again tomorrow morning. Then it'll
Mel
be
does.
for our cheeseburger and Caseville Fools Parade at 5 o'clock tomorrow night that Steph and I will be in front of.
Phil wants a Jacko update. He's still crazy. He's still psycho. Still barks at the world. Growls at the rest of it.
Yeah, I know.
Right now, so we'll wait.
Got into it with a couple of dogs while we were on our walk last night. There are dogs that are behind a picket fence that are they're brave, they think, because I'm behind a fence. I can go after this psycho dog that's walking down the neighborhood, this Jack Russell pit bull mix. But Jacko always wants the last woof in that.
Lucky it'll move clear over to Monday. That would be great.
Exactly. It's not a great weekend for rain.
No. 7:36 here in the foxhole. There's too many things going on.
Outside things.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Back to the bricks, Montrose Blueberry Festival, Lapeer Days. All of that stuff is happening this weekend. So we got to make sure we get the weather for it. It is 7:36 right now, 24 minutes in front of the top of the hour. It is right now 57 degrees.
From Kerwood Castle to the Whiting.
All right, we'll be getting into the...
Steph's Fox flashback next.
You didn't hear him say, but Steph's Fox Flashback is coming up next, which is the thing that she enjoys doing more than anything else on the morning show. She's a big classic rock aficionado and guru and researcher, knows tons, if not everything, about classic rock music and the bands that play it. And so she uses that time during the morning to do a thing called the Steph's Fox Flashback, which is a song which is has a history of being popular, but you don't get to hear it as much as you used to anymore. And so she'll play it and then ask a trivia question about either the song or the artists that played it. And so that's coming up after we do the traffic. After we do the traffic, I want to tell you about something that I was talking about yesterday on Facebook. A lot of you wouldn't have heard it, but it is being offered at one of the Major League football stadium's games this coming season.
You know, one day I just said, okay, I'm going to go talk to the baker.
Because we're bearing down to the start of the NFL season, and there's going to be one set of fans that are going to be trying this stuff, and I really want to hear how this goes, what the review is on this one particular food item. So I want to tell you about that in a minute. Welcome to those who are joining us against their will because, well, TikTok pushed you here off of your For You page and said, you don't going to just sit there and look at dance videos all day or people talking politics. You're going to go to this live morning radio show and listen to this idiot that's on, who's doing news and traffic and spending an hour chatting with you guys during the music and the ads from Flint, Michigan. And that's what we're doing. This is classic rock music. This is 103.9 The Fox. Flint, Michigan in the USA. Welcome to it. Thank you very much for being here. Mel comes because she wants to. And she's on the other side of the world. She comes all the way from Queensland in Australia to be here. And that's late at night over there, so we really give her special salute. Late at night. We're just getting our day started. She's almost done with Tuesday. Hopefully it was a good one for you, Mel. Tina gets up in the morning with us, fire up that coffee, turn on the shower. Tina's always ready to go. Kim is here because she wants to be. She wasn't pushed against her will. She's had to put up with me for a long time, Kim has. I mean a long time. Pretty much her whole life. It was a good Tuesday. Great. Okay. And in fact, Mel is hoping that all of you enjoy the same kind of good Tuesday that she is just about done with. Got an eyelash bugging here.
Reduce the stress on the body. Our health is connected to our environment. So let's work together and make healthier choices for a healthier future. Get started at michigan.gov/.
So for those who are looking for us, well, hold on.
The Fox.
Vehicle City traffic.
Same two problems are still in the focus right now. We're still working a messy crash in Forest Township that involved an injury earlier. This is Dodge Road at State Road, steer clear there. In Argentine Township, Laring Road at Hoisington Road, we're cleaning that crash up, and there are no crashes or unusual delays at the moment reported on any of the area freeways. But if you're spotting one, let us know at 810-230-WRSR. That is 810-230-9777 to get your Vehicle City traffic information all the time, anytime by checking out classicfox.com/traffic. Be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Al, have you had a chance to see the Northern Lights?
I have not seen them.
Since Sunday night, they've been putting on a display all the way down to Grand Rapids, Lansing, here into southeast Michigan. I unfortunately have not spotted them yet, but we're hearing from a lot of our listeners and people watching us on Facebook that they have. Bobby Craigwell, for instance, said yesterday it was spectacular.
And I missed him too.
Yeah. Now, there's also the Perseid meteor shower that, if you're missing that, goes on to the end of August. But,
Okay.
this morning's skies were a little cloudy, so we really didn't catch it this morning. But yesterday, a lot of people saw the Northern Lights, and I guess it was spectacular.
And I'm sorry I missed him. Traffic, a service of Fick Landscape Supplies. If there's work to be done around your home or business, Fick can help with tons of driveway material, plus the finest topsoil, compost, and humus around. They've got 18 varieties of decorative stone, and they do deliver to locations to serve you. Find out more at FickLandscapeSupplies.com. Like them on Facebook, and now let's get Fick and busy.
The Foxhole Morning Show on 103.9 The Fox. Steph's Fox Flashback.
With my favorite part of the morning, this song was written on a tour bus rolling through the UK in 1971. Actually pretty fitting, as we'll learn in a minute, because they were getting sick of their opening number, Speaking. The song evolved from their live performances, and it was finally recorded for their 1972 album, Machine Head. Let's get into it as we celebrate songs about cars all this week leading up to Back to the Bricks. You asked for it, here it is, Highway Star by Deep Purple on The Fox.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Look at that. Steph is all over that. Deep Purple. That's a song we don't hear a whole lot from them. It's usually Smoke on the Water most of the time. All right, so again, tomorrow, remember, if you're one who is kind of programmed in, because sometimes it's hard to remember this rotation we have, but we do have this set rotation we follow every week. We've been on Facebook on Mondays and were yesterday. TikTok is today. And then tomorrow we would normally be on X Twitter, but that's not happening tomorrow because of the show being on the road in Caseville. Thursday, we're going to be away from Instagram because, again, the show will be in Caseville. So we won't have the Hal Hole Saloon operating tomorrow. But Friday, we come back on our simul stream on Twitch and on Facebook, both at the same time. So pick one. Know that wherever you go, you're going to only be seeing the comments of the people who reside on that side. Twitchers are only going to see Twitch comments. Facebookers are only going to see Facebook comments. And we'll try to do a whole lot of relaying and making sure everybody knows what's going on. Then next week, we're going to be on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we're going to be off because of the Allied Challenge Golf Tournament, which is going on. And Johnny will be at that golf tournament along with Jeremy Fennick. Steph is going to be off having hip replacement surgery starting next week. She won't be with us for at least a couple of weeks. I'm betting it's going to be longer than that, but probably 2 weeks. That's how that goes. Okay? So no live stream tomorrow, no live stream on Thursday this week. Just in case. I want to make sure everybody is tuned to the schedule because I know everybody's busy. They don't always catch everything that we do. Things happen and people tend to miss them. So what inevitably will happen is that by Friday, people will show up on Facebook and or Twitch and say, "Where were you? You were supposed to be on. What was going on Wednesday? What was going on Thursday? I missed you. Where were you?" That's why. That's what it is. Okay? Got it? Got it. All right. Now, coming up this NFL season, where the Arizona Cardinals play football in Phoenix, Arizona. By the football season, they won't have 100-degree temperatures anymore. I think. That's not necessarily etched in stone, but I don't think they will. You don't know that I did characters, Phil. Some people think I am one, but no. Hello, Teddy boy. Do I have a funny interpretation of how we all sound? It is kind of a shock to me whenever I hear any of your voices, because we've spent 9 years just reading your messages, text messages on these live streams that we've gone all over the map to watch and see and put on our live streams, from Periscope all the way on around till what we do now. We even were on Haps for about 2 weeks when that thing was a thing. Remember that? You blink your ears, you miss that. Haps. We were even on that for a couple minutes. But we rarely ever get to hear any of you. Tina, 2 weeks ago, was actually on our air with Johnny. She actually phoned the station from New Jersey and was on the air with us. We've had 3 or 4 other people who are also on with us over the course of years. We've had a couple of times where we were able to actually use people as news reporters because they happen to be in parts of the world where big news was happening. We have our fellow who's in the UK, is in Manchester. We call him Wayfinder. He's the guy who sent us this thing that we call our Wayfinder multi-purpose thingy. That's part of his company here. It's just like his little marketing thing that he has, where he's got this 3-pronged available thing to do. Tina has one of those. It has this little rubber tip to prevent fat fingering. You've got the pen to be able to write your complaints to me, and on the end here you've got this little light, which is going to be allowing you to find your way. Get it? Wayfinder? Find your way, even in the dark. Now, he was in Manchester, continues to be, when there was this big explosion that killed 22 people at an Ariana Grande concert. He wasn't at the show, but he was in Manchester and was able to know pretty much everything that was going on there and got the vibe of the people. We put him on the air one day to talk with us. He even got a T-shirt out of that deal. And I really should call up that picture that we have of him where he's wearing that T-shirt. I'll try to find that. We also had another thing where a fellow who we used to have on the air with us, who was a radio newsman in Miami, Florida, was on with us one day reporting about a hurricane that was blowing through. Frankly, we could do that all the time when it comes to Florida people because of all the hurricanes that go through. This is the time of year for that. But we managed to do that one time, and that was kind of cool. Is that a space pen? Not really a space pen, no. It's a multi-purpose thingy. How can you get one of those? Next time Wayfinder comes on, if you're on the air at the same time with us, let us know and maybe we'll get him one, because Tina did it that way. When Wayfinder, because he only is on once in a while. He's got like 3 businesses he runs. So he's pretty busy. He doesn't get on with us as much as he used to. But one day he happened to be on, and I brought that up with him. When Tina was on, she just flat out asked him for one. You know, she's from Jersey, so they do things like that. She asked him for one, and he sent it to her. She's got it. And then, so Tina was the most recent of our people to be on the air with us. We've had 2 or 3 others. Chris from San Francisco gets on with us every now and then. You'll know that because he sounds like he's on way. Sounds like he's coming from the grave, but he's there.
Tonight is Brick Flicks at the US 23 Drive-In, which is always a big deal. And this year's movie is Speed Racer from 2008.
Speed Racer, I don't remember who was in that. Is this a takeoff on the old cartoon, but it was done live action or something?
I think so, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I'll have to check that.
Yeah. So, back to the bricks and lots of great songs about cars, and we'll feature those all week. So now with your trivia question, oh my goodness, do we have stuff to give away?
Yeah.
We've got 4 tickets to the Birch Run Speedway and Event Center.
You didn't really
This
say
Friday
enough to
is
really
First
get
Responder
that
Night,
Jersey-ish
and,
thing
the Wheeler
going.
Truck
I didn't
Modifieds
think.
being, featured there. A pass good for up to 6 people to enjoy at Flushing Farms. Great food in the form of a Jester's gift certificate. A 4-pack of tickets for the Genesee County Fair.
I mean, there was a hint of tough sound to it, but not really that dialect that is distinctly Jersey.
A pair of parking passes as well. And then, this is new. 2 tickets for Girls' Night Out at Soaring Eagle on November 16th. This must be the the scantily clad boys that we're talking about.
Yes, I have to moonlight and make some money
Oh
somehow. So
my!
yeah,
Oh well, all right.
I'll be busy.
Ladies, get your dollar bills out.
Yeah.
All right.
Fives per month. I don't need nothing less than a five.
All right, I stand corrected.
All right.
I'll run to the bank. And hey, Deep Purple.
Tina Jr. says you sound mad usually or just that day?
Freedom Hill Amphitheater next Thursday,
Wow.
August 22nd. So now the phone number that you'll need is 810-230-9777.
Well, you know, you should sound mad around Tina Jr. because she's not letting you do some of the things that you'd like to be able to do, like subscribe to certain websites or certain live streams.
The last few have been hard, all right?
Steph hates it when I laugh at her questions. All right, it's good. See, look at the phones all lit up
yeah.
instantly. Yeah.
All right. Good morning, the Fox.
Genesee County in Michigan, too, you were not aware. Heard of one in upstate New York. Yeah, there is one up there, but we do have one, and that's where Flint is located, Genesee County.
That was ridiculously easy, isn't it?
I like easy.
Were you a Deep Purple fan or a White Snake fan?
White Snake.
Yeah. Yep. And David Coverdale, man, back in the day, woo, that hair, that
He was
black
hot.
leather, yeah.
That girlfriend,
Oh, never mind the
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Connie
Whatever,
Katay, man.
Whatever.
Connie Katay could rock it.
Yeah, she didn't. The end of life wasn't so good for her.
Well, no,
but-
she turned out to kind of a little tragic, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sadly
it was.
enough. Hey, who are we talking to this morning?
This is Catherine.
Catherine, where are you calling from?
Flint.
Are you at work yet or on your way?
I'm at work.
Okay. Can you say?
City of Flint.
Oh, all right. Good deal. All right, Catherine.
You're busy this week.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, it's lots going on.
Hey, Catherine, did you hear your choices of prizes here this morning?
Yes, I'd like the Genesee County Fair tickets.
All right, that 4-pack of tickets are yours. You just hang on tight. We'll get some info off the air. But who just hooked you up with those passes for the Genesee County Fair next week?
I got a blank. 103.9 The Fox.
There you go.
As long as you don't say the city of Flint.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you could say go Steelers. You could say go Chiefs. You could say, okay, I'm getting a this is live breaking news here. I'm getting a little thing that's coming out in my screen. Maybe you don't see it, but it says violation warning. I have now been violated. My live has been flagged for personal information. Repeated violations could result in my live being discontinued. Okay, so get ready for that because we may have to shut this thing down in the span of seconds. I just got my first one. I've been waiting for this. We have been flagged on every damn live stream we've ever gone on, whatever platform it is. We never got it here until just now. And it has nothing to do with copyright stuff. It has nothing to do with copyright by playing a song that you're not supposed to hear. In fact, we can play as much music here as you want. But it's happened. We finally got it. We finally got flagged here. So now, that was a yellow card warning. If we're playing soccer, this is a yellow card warning. The next one is going to be a red card and we're gone. Let's wait and watch. Stick with me. Let's find out if we manage to get this thing going. Somebody might have reported, which is possible. Stick with me. Now, all of a sudden, it becomes a cliffhanger. Will we make it to the end of this thing? Let's wait and watch. Let's wait and watch. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate your support. For what? I have no damn clue. I never have any idea. Other than the music, I can tell you that I know when we've played more than 3 seconds of music and those like Instagram, Facebook feeds, because that's meta and they don't like copyright stuff going on. I can tell you I know when those things are going to get flagged. But anything else? We spent the final 3 weeks we were on Periscope. We were rated every single day, 15 days in a row, NSFW. We never found out why. What did we do that made us an NSFW, not suitable for work broadcast? We never found that out. I went checking to find out what other places are out there in the Periscope world that were being rated that, and they were so incredibly raunchy. We had nothing on them. Nothing. Now, quickly, you want to get us shoved? We'll get shut down by this. Listen to this. This is what's going on in Phoenix, Arizona. when the football season starts for the Arizona Cardinals. They, at State Farm Stadium, are introducing on their menu the cotton candy burrito. Cotton candy burrito. Made of cotton candy, not a tortilla. Instead of chicken, steak, rice, beans, and guacamole in this thing, you're going to get Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, marshmallows, Skittles, mini M&Ms, gummy bears, and sprinkles. News time is coming up in a second here.
Which would have been fun to watch had we had a camera on him. Anyway, 7:55 here in the Fox right now.
That's all right. We're waiting. This is a cliffhanger today on TikTok. I just got flagged for saying something. I don't know what it was. And now I'm waiting to find out if we're going to get shut down on this thing.
Al has a separate video feed that he runs on TikTok in the 7 o'clock hour, sometimes in the 8 o'clock hour as well. And every once in a while you get flagged on TikTok, which is kind of hard to do, really, isn't it? Because
It's something, it had nothing to do with playing too much music, which is usually what happens to me on Facebook or Instagram or how you guys get it if your speakers are up too high in the studio, right?
Right.
That's happened to me a countless number of times. But this is the first time I've ever got nailed on TikTok. Something I said on the air that was considered personal, I don't know what it was. And now so everybody's watching to find out if we get shut down by me violating their rules one more time.
So they saying it's the category that you screwed up in is
Yes.
personal? Okay,
Yeah.
it's not
Personal
political.
personal information. I have no idea what it was. Nobody that's watching has any idea what it was.
How did you give out your measurements again? What the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? Jeez. All right, well, we'll see. We're all going to hang on that, Hal. You let us
Okay.
know when you find out.
All right.
Figure out what it was they kicked you off for. TikTok doesn't kick anybody off for anything.
I was
for
going
crying
to
out loud.
say, yeah.
You can do almost anything on TikTok for crying out loud.
Ours is a rebellious show.
Is that it? We're a rebellious show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the rebels without a clue.
We're the ones that think that not everything in Olympics is sports.
No, you're the one who thinks. Never mind. Let's head on over to the Hal Hold out for all the real news. Here's Hal.
5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox. It's brought to you by Fick Landscape Supplies. If there's work to be done around your home or business, Fick can help. Tons of driveway material, the finest topsoil, compost, and humus around. 18 varieties of decorative stone, and they do deliver. 2 locations to serve you. Find out more at ficklandscapesupplies.com and like them on Facebook. Now let's get thick and busy. A former volunteer at a Bridgeport church reportedly now heading behind bars for up to 15 years. Multiple reports saying that 43-year-old Jonathan Russell pleaded no contest to criminal sexual conduct, among other charges, connected to the alleged inappropriate touching of boys. He used to volunteer at First Baptist Church of Bridgeport. Weather issues being blamed for what is expected to be a bad cherry crop in Michigan this year. Also has Governor Whitmer requesting help from the federal government in the form of a natural disaster declaration. Extreme weather variability is considered to be the factor for these spoiled cherry crops, both sweet and tart cherries affected. The White House says U.S. intelligence indicates that it is increasingly likely Iran will attack Israel this week, matching the latest Israeli intelligence assessment. That new intelligence suggesting that an attack could come before the Gaza hostage and ceasefire deal talks that were planned for Thursday. USA Gymnastics officials say that an arbitration panel will not reconsider a decision asking gymnast Jordan Childs to return that bronze medal she was awarded in the floor exercise of the Paris Olympics. USA Gymnastics says it will keep pushing to let Childs keep that medal. An appeal from Childs' coach vaulted her to third place, but was denied by the panel that said that it came 4 seconds beyond the 1-minute time limit for scoring inquiries. A Romanian athlete was then eventually awarded the bronze. And to cap this one off, one lucky ticket holder, just one, won the $212 million Powerball prize last night. That ticket sold in the state of Pennsylvania. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, $435 million. And that's 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox. Sunshine all day long today as we're expected to top out around 82 with light and variable winds. Clear skies in the forecast overnight, and then the fog that we got in some areas overnight, well, through this morning, might form overnight and into the early hours of tomorrow, again to be replaced by loads of sunshine the rest of the day and a temperature of about 84. Thursday, generally overcast and 81. Right now it's 55 in Flint and Saginaw, 59.
Classic Rock Authority.
103.9.
103.9.
The Fox.
Talk with our friend Andrew Keller about the housing industry, but more importantly, I want to get his thoughts on the Olympics. So we'll be doing that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll talk
All sports all day.
Yeah.
Andrew Keller is a local real estate agent who used to be a TV reporter, street reporter on one of the local TV stations around here, and now he is selling real estate and doing much better at that. Anytime you get out of broadcasting, all of a sudden one's life gets better. I got to think about that. Jeez. Okay, let's give you a chance to smile at this face that really isn't looking at you, and it's hard for you to look at this picture and find where the face is. This is a mixed breed named Tramp who lives in Neshkoro, Wisconsin. This is Tramp. The face is in there, but right now, Tramp is digging away for some treats in that little holder. That's your smile source today. Get your Tuesday underway, like we try to do every day from the 365 Dogs calendar. Aww. Phil says, rumor has it Johnny's jokes were running on loop in Guantanamo Bay to force prisoners to confess. Look at that. Noel Demond is in Hastings, Michigan. Good morning, Noel. Another one of our fabulous Michiganians. And yes, that's what they are, Michiganians. All right. Guys, thank you very much for showing up today, being here throughout this last hour. It looks like we're going to be able to finish it out without being struck down early, which is kind of disappointing. Michigander, no. You know, Phil, we've had this debate going on forever. And as I've mentioned 1,000 times, there's no official designation for somebody from Michigan, but years ago when I was hosting a morning show, not doing news and traffic, I was doing a one-man band morning show, hosting it on this very frequency, back when it was a different format and different music and different everything. I finally decided I want to get to the bottom of this. And so I called Lansing to see, I asked them in the Capitol building, look, is there an official designation? Which of these is it? And they said, well, there isn't. But we tend to lean more toward Michiganian. Then we had a fellow that is a former radio personality who's still in this area named Michael J. Thorpe, who's written several books regarding Michigan trivia, history of Michigan trivia. And he said years ago, Michiganian, because that's part of one of the titles of his book, he said calling a person from Michigan a Michigander was basically a slander term. So I've always stuck on the side of Michiganian, despite the fact that our last two governors won't do that. They're always saying Michigander. So, you know. Okay, guys, thank you very much again. Make your Tuesday pleasant, peaceful, productive. Mel's getting ready to leave after she's already done that whole thing. The whole day was pleasant, peaceful, productive. Hopefully yours will be as well. And come back and see us Friday, because tomorrow and Thursday, once again, because the show is on the road in Caseville, we will be away from our live stream and getting a chance to get over the idea of the trauma that was just moments ago when I got the warning saying you